This is a military headquarters. You know, for soldiers. What's a civilian doing here?
I'm here to steal all your corn.
No, not the corn. Anything but the corn, please. Think of the children.
Don't concern yourself with them.
Oh, please, no corn puns. I don't think I could stomach any more of them. Is there something I can help you with?
Reminds me of the old days with the cornades. What's your story?
Me? I left the family farm when I was old enough to join the NCR and fight the good fight against those Legion scumbags. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm cut out for the soldier's life, but it's a good cause. However, in my absence, my family's farm was attacked by raiders. No survivors. Now the NCR is the only family I've got left. To their credit, once word of the raid reached local NCR officials, they struck back twice as hard and purged that raider scum from this earth. Silver lining, I suppose. Won't bring my family back, though.
Sounds like you're only alive because you joined the NCR and you weren't there. That's so sad. What can you tell me about this place?
The Fiends keep trying to raid this place because they're idiots. Seriously, I don't think any of them have two brain cells to rub together. This place has dozens of soldiers, plenty of firepower, and tall fuck-off walls that repel any attack. They can't touch us. When the Legion attacks Hoover Dam, however, a lot of us will be sent there to reinforce it. When that happens, this place will be vulnerable.
Well, who's in charge around here?
You're at a military headquarters, so a lot of people, actually, can't swing a dead mole rat without hitting an officer. Colonel Shu is the commanding officer, but you might want to talk to Captain Curtis or Lieutenant Boyd before skipping to the top.
I'll decide that, thank you very much. Are there any doctors or merchants here?
Yeah, Doc Kemp offers medical services next to the mess hall. Speaking of which, Farber can sell you some food, if you're interested. Beyond that, Contreras runs the armory. If you need any weapons or ammo, he might be willing to sell you any surplus. Is that illegal? I don't know.
You don't know? Well, I should go.
Yeah, bye.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot more troops here than we thought. No wonder we couldn't hold Helios 1.
Well, yeah, there's lots of troops here, Veronica. NCR definitely has the brother beaten in troops.
Man, Doc Kemp really fixed me up right the last time I got shot. He's the man to see if you need some fixing.
Okay, thanks for the recommendation. Alright, come on, let's take a look around. This place used to be an airport. It's huge. Oh my god. Oh, hi.
You're new. I'm Angela Williams. Were you just looking around, or?
I may have just been looking around, but I think I found what I was looking for.
This? The OSI lab. We don't get many visitors. The smell puts people off, I think. Nobody ever said science would smell clean and fresh. Anyway, you get used to it if you give it some time.
Well, are you a scientist?
I know I don't sound the part. Get raised by Brahmin ranchers and you never lose the twang. Drives Hildern crazy. But I know every inch of the power grid from Hoover Dam to Shady Sands. That's what we do here. Try to optimize the power output from the dam. Some of the others are working on an agricultural project, but truth be told, they aren't making much progress. Not yet, anyway.
Interesting. What's your role here?
Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible.
I'll see you later.
Nice to meet you. If you need anything, I'm almost always in the lab.
I'll be sure to ask you. Holy shit. That's one of the hottest women I have ever seen. Hi.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
No. This is the first I've heard about Vault 22.
No, they wouldn't have briefed you, would they? Probably better that our junior fellows stay within the bounds of their pay grade anyway. Vault 22. Where to begin?
I'm listening.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water, and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible?
Yes, I'd say so.
A realist. We have that in common. A year ago, I'd have said the same. But what if I was to tell you that the wasteland can yield an endless bounty, and that the secret may lie a mere few miles from where we stand? We need only reach out and take it, and for that I need you.
Scientific discovery is never so simple as that.
Isn't it? One directs one's efforts, or the efforts of others, toward a goal, and progress is made. It's a matter of incentives, nothing more. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
What? A vault with vegetation? That's new and growing on its own? All right, I'll do it.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Sure, anything else I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course.
Oh, so you're just saying it's a courier job, all right. I had some other questions.
Oh? What might those be?
Could you tell me more about the OSI?
The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters: medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office.
You said you were the director of OSI?
Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No, I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have, but I've found some promising leads.
You're doing all these things yourself? That's a lot of responsibility.
Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course.
Ah, okay. NCR has a food shortage?
Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so.
You can project it that far out? That's concerning. I wonder if that gives the NCR incentive to conquer new territory. What other responsibilities does this office have?
We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying. But those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure.
Ugh, you're so sure? So, do you control the dam from here?
Directly? No. But we attempt to maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. Fortunately, we also have the Helios 1 facility. One of our external contractors recently got the station up and running. His name was something like Exceptional or Marvelous or...
Fantastic.
Yes, that was it. Exactly.
That fucker. That was me. Of course, I shouldn't have expected any less from him. That was me. I fixed Helios 1.
I see. Of course you did.
You don't believe me compared to some guy named Fantastic? So what do you think of the NCR's chances against the Legion?
To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have.
Honestly, that's pretty true. I respect that. People are an expert in one thing and think they're an expert in everything. Anyway, bye.
Yes, goodbye.
I'll be back.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but did he give you a job?
He's right there, and yes, he asked me to get some data from Vault 22.
I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
No. Hildern didn't mention anyone else.
But now he's hired you, which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich, not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc, but I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
All right, I'll look for her.
I had a good feeling about you, moment you walked in. I mean it.
Aw, that's really nice. I have some questions.
Of course. Anything.
Can you tell me anything else about Keeley?
Keeley's brilliant, an absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll outlive them?
Exactly how old is Keeley?
I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war, the Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there. So I'm guessing pretty old. 200 years? Maybe more.
Ah, she's a pre-war ghoul. How do Keeley and Hildern get along?
Like a Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both Deathclaws in their way. Keeley hates Hildern. She says he's more politician than scientist and gets in the way of true discovery. And Hildern hates Keeley because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually.
I think I might like Keeley. So what's your role here?
Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible.
Right, you mentioned that. So what do you think of Dr. Hildern?
The director? He's very well-spoken and knowledgeable.
Uh-huh. He seemed very focused on results. Maybe not so much on people.
He's not what you'd call warm, unless he wants something from you. And even then, it's kind of a cold warm. Most of the time, I focus on the science and try to forget him. He doesn't get mixed up in any actual work, though he tells people that he does.
Wow. So Dr. Hildern takes credit for your work?
He sure does. Everyone knows it. I've just got to endure this job until the project is finished. But abandoning Keeley, he crossed a line. Taking credit for other people's work is one thing. Sending people to die in the waste is another. If Hildren tries to recruit any more mercs, I'm gonna warn them. What can he do to me? I'm the only one who can run this lab.
Yeah, you make sure to do that if he tries to send anyone after me. You're a really good person, Angela. I really appreciate your help. Bye.
Right. Stay safe.
I'll make sure Keeley gets back safe. If she's still alive out there.
Even the stupid NCR is investing in new research. We're getting left in the dust.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, you got a second?
Oh, what is it?
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home.
I'll take you back there first chance I get, okay?
Great! Thanks! Thank you! I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after you. Seriously.
Sure, Veronica. All right. I'll see you around, Angela. Hello? Oh, hi.
Something I can do for you? Look who it is. I haven't had the privilege, but I'm told you've been an angel on our shoulder. What can we do for you at Camp McCarran?
That's funny. Yeah, I am Angel. So how are things going for the NCR around here?
Could be better, I'll say that much. We set up here with our sights set on annexing New Vegas. That's a lot of resources that could do a lot of good for us. But that hasn't happened. If anything, they annexed us. They rake in the profits from our soldiers, and we're stuck protecting them from the Legion. Not exactly the plan.
Is that them annexing you, or maybe just an annexation not going according to plan? Where does that leave you?
Now we're trying to secure the strip and the dam at the same time, and it's costing us. And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offensive maneuvers, because he doesn't want to risk losing our positions. So we're in a holding pattern here. And Caesar's on the other side of the river, planning.
Well, what's Camp McCarran's role in NCR operations?
It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the strip, and it had already been fortified before the Great War. From here we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Troop allocation, supply distribution, intel. Usually General Oliver runs the show here, but he's on his way to the dam now, so I've taken on a lot of his duties here.
Well, I've heard a lot of things about General Oliver. I hope you're doing okay doing his work. Are things mostly quiet between here and the dam?
Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word from the ranger stations has been especially concerning lately. Sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance, and supplies just aren't reaching them. It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope to look into it, and see how it is that things could be so fouled up there.
Oh yeah, I was the one she tasked with looking into that. What challenges does the NCR face here?
Everything was going according to President Kimball's plan at first. We met minor resistance from local troublemakers. But our two main objectives are still contested. Mr. House controls the strip and he won't so much as meet with our ambassador. And we're holding Hoover Dam. But Caesar's Legion is positioning itself to overrun it. If it falls, so will New Vegas. We'd be forced to withdraw.
Well, then maybe NCR and Vegas can be allies against the Legion. You seem pretty calm, given that things are as bad as they are.
Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can be when things are out of your hands.
That's fair. I'm up for hire if you need some extra manpower around the base.
There are a lot of things I can't spare troops for right now. If you can help us, we can definitely pay you for your work. You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
Ooh. Any other problems?
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
Shit. Okay. Tell me about the fiends.
As in chem fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your numbers. Psychotic and completely unpredictable. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions and my men repel them. But every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize them. He didn't return. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. You come to depend on them, and they come through for you so often, you forget it can happen.
Shit. I'll go to Vault 3 and see if I can find your ranger. Maybe I can do this while I'm doing those other fiend bounties sometime.
That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. But if you can get him home, it'd mean a lot. Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. They just walk right into people's homes in the middle of the day and take them. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You've found Motor Runner. Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some new friends around here.
Okay. I bet I could make that Legion prisoner talk.
I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent, but I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building.
Oh, thank you. I'll go talk to her. I also could look into who's leaking NCR intelligence.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements. And it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
Okay. All right, I'll look into that. Bye.
Bye.
Ugh, that is a lot to do around here.
Something I can do for you?
Kimball, huh? Okay, let's go talk to people. I think I'll start with that Captain Curtis. Oh, hello? Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis.
Oh, what do you do here?
Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But since General Oliver has Bravo, and has most of the forces garrisoned, I'm free to do other things. So I work with Colonel Shu on logistics. Patrols, supply lines, reinforcements, that sort of thing. Lately, it's been less about that, and more about figuring out how that information is getting leaked out to raiders. It's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers. They get stir-crazy. Hard to separate the malcontents from the actual culprit.
Colonel Shu wanted me to help you look into the recent intelligence leaks.
Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold, weeks ago.
Well, shit, where should I start then?
You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd or Sergeant Contreras. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Give me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
Got it. Who should I be talking to about the intelligence leaks again?
Well, I'll leave that to you. But I would recommend Lieutenant Boyd and Sergeant Contreras, as those two actually know what's going on around here.
All right then. Bye.
See you later.
I'll probably ask
What
a
is it?
few others. Oh, do they actually keep these as bathrooms? Yeah, that's good. Although they aren't working. Willow, please.
It is never too late to give up.
That's just sad.
Have you seen my monkey?
I have no idea what he's talking about there.
Ah, the smell of crapathy.
Crapathy makes it sound like it's like an art form.
Goals for next semester. Find true love. True love.
That could be taken two very different ways.
Okay, stealth mode on.
Stop the wall in the USA. What wall? Looks like a loon.
Is this referring to the Berlin Wall? That's ancient history.
If you can above this line, the local fire department needs you.
Yeah, they'd have to have a lot of hose control to do that.
Lily, go pee-pee. Good for Lily. Congrats, now off.
Maybe it was a kid, you don't know.
Suck my balls. If you have balls, then why are you in the girls' room?
Trans rights, man. Duh.
The finger of God is inside you. God is a tampon?
Okay, that's funny.
I guess it's not a secret anymore.
Cryptic.
A woman's rule of thumb. If it has tires or testicles, you're going to have problems with it.
Get better material.
Here I sit in silent bliss, listening to the dribbling Now and then a fart is heard, followed by a falling turd.
And who says women can't write gross poems just like men do?
Men are no good. Just f*** 'em.
I mean, yeah, if you just want to have casual sex, that's up to you.
I f*** so many girls with a limp I could row a boat with a rope.
I don't even know if this is cis or trans, it just sounds like nonsense. Let's go. Always gotta read the bathroom graffiti. Who knows, there might have been a hint there. Let's go ask around.
Do you think we'll run into anyone you know over here?
I don't know, Willow. Let's go ask around about that mall. Hello.
I see you're still alive, and that's promising. Any luck on that bounty?
Well, no, not yet. Do you know anything about a mole? No. Well, I was told you were at Bitter Springs.
Yeah, I was there. I was Captain Daughtry then. That whole situation was a mess and could have easily been avoided with good intel. The major in charge at the time made a bad call. By the time any of us realized there were civilians down there, women and children, the shooting had already started. The major froze up at the news, and we couldn't get another word out of him. I took over and salvaged the situation as best I could. For my effort, I was promoted to major. Not quite the way I'd have wanted it.
Yeah, you had to step up during a massacre when your superiors just dropped the ball. I imagine that was rough. What can you tell me about the Great Khans?
We know they supply the fiends with illegal chems, but they never stick around for long. They know the land and move quick. There's talks about taking out their base at Red Rock Canyon, but nothing ever comes of it. The Great Khans are great fighters. If we did go up against them on their home turf, we'd win, but casualties would be high.
It would probably lead to another massacre. I heard you're Bitterroot's father.
Adoptive father, yes. I was very proud when he made first recon.
I thought you'd have more to say about him. Well, bye.
Right.
I'll have to ask the others. What about you?
Wish for nuclear.
Howdy. What brings you back?
Have you seen anything suspicious around here?
Matter of fact, it's funny you'd ask. Couple nights back, I was on the watch in the yard. Got myself a habit of looking all around. Old habit, but it saved my hide on occasion. Around 1 a.m, I spotted some lights in the control tower. That's about the 3rd time I've seen those lights, mind you. Each I ask about it, they tell me the place is empty. Didn't look empty to me.
Yeah, finally someone knows something. Thank you.
No trouble at all. Might be nothing. Could be a couple of frisky young folks. Then again, that light is mighty consistent. Always there at 1 a.m. You might want to check it out.
Okay. Thank you. Will do.
See ya.
Winner.
I'm gonna have to wait around till 1 a.m. though. I'll see who else is in the terminal while I wait. Concourse. Okay, let's see who's in here. Oh, hello.
Nelson's back in our hands.
Wish I
hope
had
we
a
can
first
defend it
recon
this
guy
time.
looking after me.
This place is huge. Got lots of room. Hello. Oh, is this an infirmary? Oh, hi.
Hello. Do you require medical attention?
Hey, so you're the NCR doctor, right? Could you help my friend Delilah with her medical training?
I really shouldn't.
Oh, come on. It would really mean a lot to me. We promised not to tell.
Well, for you, of course. I really have other things I should be doing, but I just can't say no to you.
Thank you.
Oh, I get it. If the bone is set at this angle, you can make a big...
Thank you, doctor. Hope that helped,
Hello.
Delilah. I bet now you could help me if I face my dreaded enemy, the bear trap.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Oh, this is the mess hall. Hi. Whoa. Hey, you okay?
Did the Colonel send you? I was hoping he might have changed his mind.
What? You look upset. What's wrong?
I know. I've been crying. Stupid. I'm supposed to be a soldier. My husband, he's a ranger, and he got murdered by a pack of fiends. Goddamn savages laid his body out to rot. Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. I can see that plain.
It seems strange the NCR wouldn't do their best to retrieve a fallen comrade.
Colonel says he can't spare the men to bring Esteban back home. And the fiends, they put all kinds of mines and traps around his body. Snipers, too.
No one else will help you?
His best friend, Jackson, tried. Didn't even get permission from his CO, so it could have cost him a lot. But he never came back.
Oh, shit. How did he die?
He was out on patrol. Bunch of drugged-up fiends attacked them. Esteban laid down cover fire while the others fell back. One of the men saw him get shot. He didn't die, though. Not then. They tried to go back for him, but there were too many fiends and they had to pull out. Damn savages chased them halfway to McCarran.
So he didn't just die. He stayed behind to give the others a chance to escape. I'll try to recover your husband's body, okay?
Ma'am, I'd about given up hope. But you've got to be careful. I don't want anybody else dying on my account. Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings, east of the RepCon headquarters. At least that's what his squad mates said. There's an NCR position just north of there. It's on the way. They should be able to tell you what the situation is.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. So
Wish I had
sad.
first recon guy looking after me. We won't go quietly.
Hello.
Legion can...
Listen, asshole, I know you're not really an NCR health inspector, so you can cut the restaurant critique routine. And I want my 50 caps back, because I looked it up and there ain't no disease called colorectal implosion syndrome.
What?
So I paid you to look the other way for nothing. Wait, you're not... Oh, wow, I'm sorry. You look just like... Never mind, sorry. So what can I serve you up?
What? Is there a health inspector bothering you?
That's nothing. You just look like the health inspector who stopped through for the yearly inspection a couple of weeks back. I was hoping I wouldn't have to wait another 11 months to see his crooked ass to get my caps back. Ah, well. Anything I can get you?
Him? Whatever. You got anything to eat?
Oh, yeah. You can order up anything you want. As long as it's corn or beans. Just kidding. Haven't you heard? With a few shipments from home and a little variety, the troops are getting restless for some quality grub. You can only do so much as a chef with just corn, beans, onions, and peppers.
Well, can anything be done to improve your supplies?
Well, we haven't had any quality meat in months. Everyone in the camp just eating beans for protein. It isn't pretty.
Oof.
Some of my kitchen machinery is broken down, too, so we've been eating mostly raw vegetables. And I'm desperate for spices or seasonings. Anything, just something for the general mood around here.
Where would you suggest I find meat in the amount you'd need here?
It doesn't need to all come from the same source. There are a bunch of different vendors around who sell meat. Fitz, the Nashes, Crimson Caravan. We've never really tried to go out and organize deals with merchants to supply our food. Already having an overstock of food, we haven't needed to. But we really need some good old red meat on the menu soon. So I'm willing to divert some caps in their direction if they're open to supplying us.
Okay, where should I look for spices?
The Crimson Caravan would probably be able to arrange a regular shipment, but I don't know of any spices known to improve mood. Hell, we have a whole research department. One guy's even set up in the main terminal building. They're the ones who ought to be looking into it.
Kind of. It's a whole thing, but I'm already looking into that. Can we talk about something else?
What can I do for you?
I'll take a look then.
Come back soon now.
Count on that.
This thing's broken. I think I can fix it. I've already fixed one before, after all. Ah, there we go. Hey.
Hey, back for seconds, huh?
No, not really, but I fixed the food processor.
Amazing. I thought that thing was done for. That'll help me transform what I can offer the troops. I'll give you a little extra discount the next time you buy food from me. Thanks again.
Uh-huh. All right, then. What do you have?
Chow down.
Nothing very good. Some stuff for baking? Okay. Bye.
Come back soon now.
I'll have to look into the meat and spices.
Nelson's back in our hands. Hope we can defend it this time.
Well, I haven't gotten any leads here. Better go back and talk to Lieutenant Boyd like Curtis suggested.
Patrolling.